Welcome, power people. Y'all know I'm the loud and rowdy one. You are listening to Reverend and High Priestess Tamar Aziz Serwa, and I have an incredible woman with me for this live conversation. We're going to be talking about something significant and important, and it is the decision-making process. Most women that come into my orbit are stuck, stagnant, and frustrated and feeling overwhelmed because she does not know how to make the best decisions for herself, if she makes any at all. And so it's really important that we understand that healing starts with a decision. It starts with your ability to know what to say yes to, what to say no to, what to really sit in for a while, right? So I have none other, and she is special to me, y'all. I'm very excited. Not only is Althea Taylor a newly certified womb sauna practitioner, she is actually the Womb Sauna University coordinator and member of my executive team. She's at the top of my company. She is not only able to serve the women, she serves my vision, and she does it at a high level. I am so grateful for Althea Taylor. You just don't understand. She is a gift to my company, and she is a gift to the world. So I want to formally introduce her to you, and then we are going to start this conversation. So Althea is a passionate and dedicated woman who wears multiple hats with grace and resilience. As a mother in a blended family and a loving wife, a food enthusiast, and certified womb sauna practitioner, she embodies the true essence of a dynamic woman. The Wellness Powerhouse is a firm believer in holistic wellness. She strives to empower women, leading a movement that inspires them to prioritize themselves and live authentically in an unapologetic way. In her role as a mother, Althea Taylor embraces the beautiful complexities of a blended family with an unwavering commitment to creating a harmonious, and nurturing environment for her children. As a wife, she values the importance of open communication, trust, and shared goals. And her passion for food is a true reflection of her vibrant spirit and creative soul. As a foodie, she explores culinary delights from various cultures, experimenting with flavors and celebrating the art of nourishing oneself through intuitive cooking. And she believes that food is not just sustenance, but a means to connect with others and express love and care. Through her culinary explorations, she shares her knowledge through nutritional coaching, recipes, and inspiring others to have a healthy relationship with their food. Join me in putting some hearts and exclamation marks for none other than Womb Sauna University coordinator and certified womb sauna practitioner, Althea Taylor. First off, welcome publicly to the Womb Sauna team and family. And thank you for sharing your passion. And let's get right into this. Now, listen, I believe healing starts with a decision.
Mm-hmm.
What has been the main reason you've gotten stuck with making your mind up about something?
That's a very good question, Tama. And a lot of times I found myself stuck because I had this idea that I had to put myself after everyone else's needs. So the first thing that I realized is I was burnt out. I was tired of feeling burnt out. And I didn't know how to not be burnt out while also doing all these things. And the actual deciding factor, it was funny. One day I was thinking my husband was in the shower for about 40 minutes. And I'm like, why is he taking a 40-minute shower while I'm out here getting the kids ready for school? Like, how is that even fair?
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought to myself after a while, I said, you know what, Althea, you haven't decided to take that 40-minute shower like he decided to take that 40-minute shower.
Ooh,
and I had to sit with that.
good.
And I had to take a moment and I said, well, you can take that 40-minute shower. Why haven't you? Why haven't you taken that time to also take that 40-minute shower or do whatever it is that you want to do and delegate everything else?
And
And
what was
once
your
I
answer
started,
to that? Because I think that's a really good point. I don't want our listeners to miss. Like, put an
mhm,
exclamation mark in the comment section if you can relate to what Althea is describing. You get resentful, you get angry, you get frustrated that other people prioritize themselves and do whatever they want to do. And somewhere in your consciousness, you feel like it is your responsibility to sacrifice what you want and need to do. Where does that come from?
honestly, I think as women, and it's across all cultures, ages, religions, everything, we are taught to be the polite ones. We're taught to be the caregivers. We're taught to do all those things. But somewhere in doing that, something got lost in translation. And we think that we're supposed to be the martyr. And that's actually not true. So we're able to use our energy and expand ourselves to care for others, but we shouldn't do it at the cost of ourselves. So I don't know when it started and how exactly it started, but I know we have to stop it. That's the main thing, is that we have to put a stop to it. And we have to
Yeah.
redefine what it means to be a woman and a caretaker and a mother, because right now, while we're sacrificing ourselves, it's just not the answer.
It's not. And it's funny because I just was having a conversation on another live with your sister practitioner, Watani. And we were talking about like healing your heart and some other things. And one of the things we said in that conversation was, it is your mother who teaches you what you deserve.
Yes.
It is our mothers who are our first experience of God. And when you encounter God, it defines your value system around what you are worthy of. And how you are nourished. And so we really unpacked that in her interview as well. And so I just love what you're saying about the age of martyrdom is done.
Absolutely.
I had a profound point of recognition with myself this year. And I reframed and outgrew my spiritual practice. And I remember standing on the sidewalk, cussing at the sky. Like, this is the real life time in real time. I said, I gave you my life. I grew up in a Christian tradition, and you give your life to Christ, you get baptized, and you go through all these rituals. That's why when I hear some Christians say, oh, y'all doing witchcraft, I'm like, if I do it, I learned it in Christianity. But that's a different interview and conversation.
Yes.
But I remember standing on that sidewalk saying, I gave you my life. If this is the best you can do with it, I'm taking it back. My life belongs to me. It is now mine. And I am going to be masterful with it. I am going to decide to think the correct thoughts, make the right choices, and take the right actions.
Yes.
I am going to be very, very powerful and potent unto myself. And I followed it up with the question, like, what would happen to my life if I gave myself the kind of faith and belief I've given to something outside of me?
Yes.
And so I think sometimes we can't get to the action part because we don't hold the right self-concept. So let's talk about making the decision to see yourself differently, to see yourself as powerful. How do we get to that point?
You have to first acknowledge it, acknowledge that you're not seeing yourself that way, and that you are worthy of seeing yourself that way. For me, believe it or not, not even maybe about a year or so ago, I used to think I was a bad mom. And a lot of people would say, Althea, how could you ever think that? You are such an awesome mom. I see the things you post. I see the things you do with your kids. There's no way that you could ever think that you were a bad mom. And somewhere inside, I just felt I wasn't doing it right. I didn't feel confident. And I don't know, something was just off. And I didn't realize that maybe it was because I wasn't putting myself first. So I always felt so drained and so like out of whack. And that's probably why I felt like I wasn't doing it right. Technically, I wasn't doing it right, And especially if you say you learn what you're worth from your mother. I wasn't teaching my children the right, I don't even know what to word it as, the right dynamic of how to value myself so that they can also see me model that, so they can do that. So for me, I had to really sit with myself. When I decided I wanted to have a life that was different than what I was living, it probably took me a few months, almost a year, to even figure out that the reason why I didn't have the life I wanted is because I wasn't prioritizing myself. I thought it was part of being a mom and part of the journey. And this whole year has been all about me prioritizing myself, to the point where once Mother's Day was rolling around, I said, I'm going to redefine what it means to be a mother. It doesn't mean washing the dishes and the laundry and taking the kids to every event and cooking dinner every night. That's not what being a mom is. There's so many other things that come with being a mother that have nothing to do with those domestic duties. And so I would say, getting to that point of seeing yourself, you have to sit with yourself. You got to actually strip off the armor and get naked and just say, okay, who am I? What am I doing? And where do I want to be? And just answer those questions honestly with yourself. If you're not going to give an honest answer, you're not ready.
Yeah, because there really can't be any healing without the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You can't heal an illusion. You can't heal the lie. You know what I mean? You gotta be honest. And I love you sharing that point of recognition of I'm a bad mom, and the whole world being like, no, you're not. Look at all these domestic duties you do, right? And it's if I'm honest with myself, there's something missing that I know is missing. And for you, it was, I am modeling to my children what it looks like to not put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
And that compromises the soul contract.
Yes.
Because I don't think they chose me as their mother to teach them that, right? Mm-hmm. And it's such a profound experience as women of influence and power, because that's who we are, certified womb sauna practitioners, mm-hmm. right? We are the ones out here telling the women to heal everything. Absolutely. And it's a very profound moment when you realize the responsibility of that. Because mm-hmm. you have to live what you give. You have to live what you teach. You got to live what you inspire and ask others to do. So the work actually begins with us. Absolutely. And our decisions that we make, and our truths that we tell or don't, right? I just got off the phone with one of our students, and she was like, I'm so happy that I was a part of that 4-day training experience, but it really revealed to me that I have some healing to do.
Oh, yes.
I really got to get to the root of some things. And I said, get on my calendar. And she scheduled an appointment with me to work on herself.
Yes.
There is no way we can be in this field of work. And for any of my listeners who also are professional empowerers, you have an innate God-given gift of bringing people together to focus on transformation and empowerment. You would do yourself a disservice to be in this field of work and not be living what you teach. Yes. When was the last time you amped up your self-care? When was the last time you transformed yourself? When was the last time you assessed if you're a good mother, or if you're a good wife, or if you're a good friend, or if you're a good business partner? When was the last time you looked at what you bring to the table instead of always looking at what other people show up with? It all begins and ends with me. You know what I mean? It all begins and ends with me. So I love that first of all, that you always share so transparently, and you don't mind practicing or demonstrating vulnerability. And you remind me of the calm ocean water right before it produces the wave.
Yeah.
Right? You come in real chill. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then your energy be that's you, Althea. And I love how you are activating and cultivating your voice in the marketplace and in the world. I see you. And that's why I really wanted to interview you and make sure that others had the opportunity to taste your energy. So
Yes.
if they realize like, okay, Althea is speaking to me and I really, really, really need to do some work on my mindset, my self-concept,
Mm-hmm.
and the choices that I'm making. I need to actually make some choices. And then I need to also make sure I'm making the choices that serve my highest good. What would it be like for them to actually experience the womb sauna experience with you?
Mm, that's a loaded question. So the womb sauna experience for each woman can be different, but the part that is the common denominator is true healing happens, transformation happens, and like we're talking about, it takes the decision first. You have to decide that you're coming in open and ready to heal, ready to open up, ready to get down to whatever it is, no hiding.
Mhm.
And it can be relaxing, but we're going to get in there and really heal some stuff. I don't know what that's going to be for each woman. Each woman has something different. But if you are being called and you feel drawn, then it's time.
Yeah, it's for a reason. I literally out there, and you've heard me say this before, have had women follow me on YouTube or Facebook for like years, getting ready for the
Mm-hmm.
experience because what we do has always been more than a sting, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I just taught some of my new graduates was we service the woman in front of us. You don't get to the pot before you tell me what you need in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could give you the herbs, I could give you the steam, I could wrap you up in a pretty cake. But if you leave there and you still don't know who you are, what did we really get done? If you still
Exactly.
don't understand how to make the necessary decisions that bring you more satisfaction with your life, then what did we really get done?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I just love how you frame that and really explain that like we work with the woman in front of us. And I encourage all of you, tell them what area you're in.
I'm in Elkton, Maryland, very close
Hmm.
to Delaware as well, right on the state line. So I can service the women in Delaware as well as Maryland very easily. Also
Hmm.
available for traveling and those sorts of things.
Yeah, we in 17 countries. We rocking the world with this work and teaching women how to heal everything. And so for those of you in that region, or those of you that really resonate with Althea and her energy, you need to get to her pot. And you can go to the wombsauna.com. You'll see on our About Us tab that you can find a certified womb sauna practitioner in your area. You can just click on there and you'll see Althea's profile with all of her information on how to contact her and schedule your appointment. And then Althea's role within my company is to also help people come into the certification program. So if you want to set up a discovery call with her or you want to apply for our program and speak with Althea, you will see her name listed as the one that you can speak with and set up your application interview. She'll take 15 minutes and explain to you what it's like to train with us and get certified. As you can tell, I am a cheerleader for my students. Like, not only do I give you the training and the information you need to do this work at the highest level, not only do we manufacture your entire kit, not only do we make sure that you have clients before you even graduate and you can go into the marketplace and immediately start working. I launch my students. I use my platform and what I've been able to do with this brand in the world to make
Mm-hmm.
sure they get visibility, exposure, and that you get to know who's here and why they have this stamp for me of the womb sauna. So Althea, you are a force, a
Thank you.
quiet, potent, steady force in the world. And it is such an honor to have been able to interview you today and hear you express your heart and your passion. Is there anything else you want to say to our listeners?
Honestly, I just want to say my own testimony of being in the womb sauna family has been the thing that I needed to kind of
Wow.
propel me. I was already doing the work, and then I was led to Tama. I was led to the womb sauna. I was led to all these things. So if you're feeling that pull, it's not by accident. So I just want to affirm that for you. And it's real.
It's
You might be
real.
feeling the heartstrings tugging, and it's real. You need to get on it. Don't ignore it.
Deep out. I'm so grateful for that reflection and feedback. Y'all, it's a vibe over here. We're doing some things. So put some hearts if you're feeling the vibe in the comment section. Leave your feedback about some of the key ahas you had in this conversation. And know that we are always consistently bringing empowerment, inspiration, and education to the marketplace. That's what we do over here at the Womb Sauna. So I can't wait for you to be able to see more of Althea and what she has in motion. And then lastly, check the description box for all of the links on some of the things that we talked about so you can connect with us. And we can't wait to share some more with you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time. Blessings, blessings, blessings. We love y'all deeply and sincerely. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make some good decisions, please, and thank you.
Absolutely.